So I'm about to say something extremely controversial, and I'm perfectly okay with having opposing views. I'm gonna say something that probably some people have never probably even thought of, but it needs to be said. And now that season 2 is over, I feel like my feelings are valid and vindicated. I have always felt that Santiago had a thing for Claudia, that he had feelings for her. I definitely feel like he's an undercover racist. I definitely feel like he hated Louis. He hated Arman. He didn't want to work under them. I definitely feel all of that. But I felt like, despite that, he had a thing for Claudia. And this is very common for white men to hate black men, but have a fetish or a thing for black women. That is very common for white women to hate black women and have a thing for black men. You know, from the very moment, I felt like it was something more. And what really made my brain itch was when he was talking down to Estelle and Celeste to boost up Claudia. Do y'all remember that when Claudia was writing in her journal? I definitely feel like he was playing her because those were his two girls that he, go back and forth with. But I felt like Claudia was like this shiny new woman who came to the coven. And then let's not forget, Santiago is younger than Claudia. He may look the oldest, but he's actually the youngest, while Claudia is old, but she looks extremely young. And they kind of formed like this kinship, and she, admired him and all that other shit. I definitely feel like throughout this entire season 2, he goes out of his way to defend Claudia against Louis and against Armand. He's always there defending her, sticking up for her, looking after her, cornering her, following her when she goes into a room. I definitely feel he had feelings for her. I feel like he hated Louis, but he had a thing for Claudia. He had a torch for her. I felt like when Claudia, because if you remember, when Claudia goes to see Madeline, Santiago is the one who drops that knowledge to Armand and causes Armand to come find her location and drag her through the streets and choke her up. Now, if you remember that, Santiago been following Claudia. So how long has Santiago have been in the shadows stalking Claudia? Like, that's probably not the first time he has been stalking her and following her. And it's just really interesting. It's just really interesting. Y'all tell me if y'all felt that too. I kind of thought that Santiago and Claudia might have gotten together, honestly, before Madeline was there. Like, I felt like she had more of this playful banter type of, I don't know, relationship with Santiago. Like, it felt more normal. It felt more easy than her relationship with Madeline. While I do love the fact that Madeline stood up for her in her final moments, I just felt like they just had more chemistry. Or was that just me? I also felt like Santiago, if you remember, when they put Claudia into the rock box and started beating on Louis, they glamored Madeline. And I definitely feel like it was a case of, you chose that girl over the coven, so I'm going to take that woman away from you, the love of your life away from you. And that's why he gave Madeline that choice. I definitely feel like at that time, everybody was referring to Santiago as Maitre. He was Maitre, and they were calling Santiago Master. And when Claudia decided that she was just going to do her own fucking thing after she joined the coven and committed to these people, she basically tossed them to the side. I felt like that made him feel some type of way, and the coven felt slighted. So they wanted to go out of their way to basically be like, you know what, we liked you, but it's really fuck Louis, and if we gotta fuck you over too, you already abandoned us as well. it's really up for you. And hearing what he done to Claudia's ashes and him spitting in his hand and pleasuring himself with her ashes, that didn't shock me. It disgusted me. The eyeshadow, them spraying her ashes on the human audience, I felt like that shit made my stomach crawl. And it's another reason why I can't fucking stand Arman, because Arman knew exactly what they did to her fucking ashes. He knew this nigga was pleasuring himself to Claudia's fucking ashes. And he said, did Arman tell you what we did to your daughter, your baby girl's ashes? And this was the nigga that Louis was fucking. When I tell you that Arman is a dud, and he's a dud, there's nothing I like about Arman. Nothing I like. And I really hate that Daniel is my favorite character and he's about to be with this fuck nigga. Oh, that really makes my blood boil. But I know I'm gonna eat that plot line up. I know I'm gonna eat it up. Because I feel like if there's anybody that can really go toe to toe and really put Arman in his fucking place, it will be fucking Daniel. Because Daniel see through his bullshit. And he's young. He's the youngest vampire ever. He's like 60. So he's like 70 or 60. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think about this tea, but cause this is just how I have been feeling, and these are my thoughts. And I feel like I do want to go live and eventually talk to you guys about this. I've never been live before. Y'all know I'm new to TikTok. If y'all want to head over to the YouTube, that's fine too. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. Bye. Oh, and I'm back. It definitely gave Hunchback of Notre Dame. Do y'all remember like that Disney movie where Frollo is supposed to be like this fucking preacher, and he lusting after this 18-year-old girl who's a gypsy, who's dark skinned, Esmeralda, and he's like, you will be mine or you will burn. He's willing to burn down her culture and tear her culture apart, feeling like she enchanted him with her, she was like a seductress. That's what it gave. It gave Frollo. That's what the fuck Santiago fucking reminded me of. And that ass whooping that Louis gave, it wasn't enough. I needed to see Santiago tortured. I needed to see body parts being ate. I needed more. I just wish I had more. Like, I loved it, but I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted that nigga had to suffer. I wanted him to really suffer for what the fuck he did to Claudia. And then he kept her journals in her fucking diary. Like, this despicable ass nigga. Like, oh God, no. But yeah, I think I'm out officially. Yeah.